everyone. I am so happy that you are here joining me. I am Aimee Raupp of AimeeRaupp.com, and you will see my 10K balloons behind me, Facebook, because we hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. There we go. And they are slowly deflating because they are now, I think, a week old. We hit 10,000 fans last week on Instagram, and we're doing a killer giveaway, 10 days of awesome giveaways. So if you haven't checked it out on Instagram, get in for a chance to win something free from me and my team to celebrate the 10,000. Those of you that are new to me, welcome. I'm Aimee Raupp, like I said, of AimeeRaupp.com. I am the best-selling author of this book, Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. I'm also the author of this book, Body Belief, which is my most recent book on healing autoimmune conditions. This is my first book, baby, Chill Out and Get Healthy. So these are my first babies. Then I also have a real live baby. He's at school right now. He's 5. I gave birth to him 2 days before my 41st birthday. Got pregnant with him naturally. And yeah, and I'm here because this month, the month of September, is our Story of Hope month. We did it this month in August as well, where every week I come to you live and I share, baby boy, a story of hope from a woman that I've worked with, a woman who has been told by more than one fertility doctor that there was no chance, that she needed donor eggs, that this wasn't going to happen for her. And this woman turned things around. We started working together when she was 41 and a half. And by the age of 43, she was about to give birth to a baby boy. So she was 43 when she got pregnant. She gave birth in her 43rd year as well. And she did conceive naturally after multiple failed fertility treatments, the whole thing. So I have a write-up on this case that I'm going to read. I also have my actual clinical notes from this case. So how I've been doing it, I'm going to start with, and then just so you guys know too, I have a free course that I'm going to tell you guys about towards the end that that kicks off next week. The sign up starts today, so get in there, get signed up. It's a course on how to improve your egg quality. It's 7 ways to optimize the quality of your eggs. It's 5 videos. Let me read you all the things you get with this. And then later I'm going to tell you the link to sign up because I'm like that. I'm a tease. 7 ways to improve the quality of your eggs, a free mini e-course, launches on September 18th. During this free mini e-course, valued at over $900, I'm going to guide you on 7 imperative steps you can begin taking now to improve the quality of your eggs, balance your hormones, and optimize your fertility quickly and easily. What you're going to get, you get 5 info-packed videos with nearly 2 hours of content that will empower, educate, and inspire you. Each video covers a different set of topics ranging from nutrition to mindset to supplements to all the things that you maybe have heard about but are not sure they really work. But I'm an expert, been doing this for almost 20 years. I know it works. I'll tell you in these videos. You also get a downloadable 35-page PDF to help you navigate the course. Your PDF is filled with tips on what to eat, how much to eat, my favorite fertility-enhancing supplements, mindset, emotional shifting, exercises, journal prompts, and so much more. Plus, you get a bonus video from me where I share something with you that you can do now that has been scientifically shown to help you get pregnant twice as fast. Yes, that bonus video. Can't wait for that. So it's going to be over 5 days. A video will be released each day. So it starts on the 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22. And then you're going to get, at the end, get this. When you sign up for the course, which you want to sign up for, you get a live Q&A with me where you can ask me any question. And I'll spend however long it takes. I'm going to answer all your questions. And we're going to help you get to the bottom of your fertility challenges. So in a little bit, I'm going to share that link with you, and you're going to go and you're going to sign up for this free course. Kicks off on the 18th, and you're going to get all that stuff for free, okay? But right now, we're going to talk about Lily and what she did to shift her fertility and give birth to a baby boy at the age of 43, naturally getting pregnant after failed fertility treatments and being told, this ain't going to happen for you, okay? So I'm going to start here. I'm just going to read through some highlights in her paperwork, And then I'm going to read you a write-up that I had already done on this. Okay, so what is the main reason you're seeking treatment with me? So this is, like many of you, a very educated person. She came to me having read all the books out there, from my book to It Starts with the Egg to Making Babies to, whatever have you out there. Elisa Vidi's stuff. I mean, she did it all. Still wasn't working. So she found me. I was still doing a lot of people aren't doing the coaching. But anyway, she found me. She wants to coach with me. So I always ask, what is the main reason you're seeking treatment? Help me manage my thinking, negative thinking, fear, worry, sadness, to shift it to positive, hopeful thinking for having a second child. She's been using Chinese medicine. She's been getting acupuncture. She's had miscarriages, D&Cs, stress, obviously these things. She's seen several MDs for this condition, from OBGYNs to fertility specialists to fertility immunologist specialists. So she has seen probably like 5 specialists by the time she gets to me, has worked with many of the online natural fertility specialists as well. So she was having miscarriages, and they were telling her they were all age-related chromosomal abnormalities, but they weren't confirmed. That's just what the doctors were assuming because of her age of 41 and a half. She had done, let's see, she'd had a hysteroscopy, a D&C, from miscarriages. She was having what kind of seemed like maybe biochemical pregnancies. None of them were confirmed, but then she did also have a previous miscarriage to when we started working together. And she was told she had poor egg quality. She was told she had low ovarian reserve. And she also felt like the stress and her cortisol levels were really impacting her egg quality and her reserve. So at this point, she does have one child that she had given birth to. She had a C-section with that child. And so she's done Clomid with IUI. She's done IVFs. Cycles were canceled because she surged early. Of course, poor response. So by the time I meet her, she's into her 3rd IVF cycle. She has yet to make it to a transfer or actually go through with an IVF cycle. So she's just responding poorly is basically the answer. She has a hypothyroid condition. She's on all the supplements, a good prenatal. She's on spirulina. She's on calcium D, superfoods, ultimate omegas, prenatal. She wasn't on a couple of my things, so you'll see the tweaks I make with her. She was working out a lot, so keep that in mind. I adjust that as well. Like 1 hour every day of the week kind of thing, and sweating a lot, losing a lot of fluid. Not the best. Has a little bit of green tea or matcha. That's it, a day, no caffeine. She does have wine, a couple drinks a week. And sometimes when she gets her period, she'll have 2 to 3 a day during her cycle. Sure, you guys can relate, right? Give me a hands up there. Diet is pretty clean. Like I said, she's already read the book. She's worked with other people, but she was doing some oatmeal that wasn't organic. So this is what I found interesting. She'd already worked with a couple other natural fertility experts who also do online programs and online consults. No one had corrected her breakfast, which wasn't organic and did have some added artificial sweeteners. She was doing non-organic dairy as well. And, just kind of very sporadic eating. So she was kind of she knew all the things to do. She was doing peanut butter and low-fat mozzarella cheese and store-bought non-organic Greek yogurt and artificially sweetened breakfast cereal. So things that I would never recommend. And so there was a lot of room for improvement in my opinion. she was dealing with a lot of emotional stuff. She was angry at the process, angry at, relationships in her life. And I know you guys can relate to that too. There's a lot of anger and frustration. Like, what the hell's going on here? Been at this for so long. Why is this not working? Everybody's telling me it's my age. And she just doesn't totally believe it. And I give her credit for that because she's an otherwise, seemingly healthy person. Had some trauma in her life like everyone else. She's done some life coaching. She's seeing a psychologist. She really wants to shift her thinking. And let's see, as you guys can relate, just all the friends are getting pregnant and she's having a really hard time with it. Seeing things on Facebook, seeing things on Instagram, just like crushing her spirit. And then she causes herself to binge on food and alcohol. And so it's a bit of a cycle. I printed this page 4 times for some reason. So some of her red flag symptoms: headaches, dry eyes, sinus congestion, easily sweat, excessive sweat, bruise easily, cold hands and feet, shallow breathing, fatigue, strong appetite, bloating, nausea, both with PMS, diarrhea, depression, insomnia, low libido, muscle pain, irritability. Normal menstrual cycle comes about, it's a little 26-day cycle. She gets some pretty severe PMS, nausea, irritable, bloated, moody, always craves sweets, always craves red meat, cramping, some clotting. She's had 4 pregnancies, 3 losses, 1 child at this point. Okay, so when we first talk, let me just see where I get those initial notes. Sorry. This is before I was electronic with all of my note taking. And so, yeah, it's a little all over the place. I'm going to read you from here because I think it's going to be easier. I'd already organized it. So she had joined the Yes You Can Get Pregnant e-course in the launch of 2017. Lily had joined the group in 2017. And so every September we launch my Yes You Can Get Pregnant e-course. It becomes open to the public. The rest of the year, the only way you can get in is to coach with me or my associate, and then you still have to pay for it, but you get in at a discount. But to get in without coaching only opens for enrollment once a year in September. And so she joined in 2017, and she started coaching with me right in that month. So she signed up for the e-course master level, which included 5 coaching sessions with me. We actually don't have that anymore, but we have other opportunities to work with me or my associate Michelle when we launch it again this month. She's desperate for help as she was nearing 42 years of age and been trying unsuccessfully for her second child for almost 2 years. Over the course of those 2 years, she'd had 3 miscarriages, 2 unsuccessful IVF attempts, at this point she's 3 unsuccessful IVF attempts. So she was at a total loss as to what was happening with her body. Her doctor kept telling her the issue was egg quality and poor ovarian reserve. Even though I don't like to pay attention to numbers, but her FSH was a 9 and her AMH was a 0.9. So based on that, I didn't buy what the doctor was saying because her reserves were actually pretty decent for her age. Based on her ability to get pregnant quite easily, because she had a lot of pregnancies and also had 1 child already. I was concerned with her ability to get pregnant. I wasn't concerned with her ability to get pregnant. I was much more focused on figuring out why she was having these miscarriages. So this is, so you guys know too, like how it's unfolded for me, right? So I wrote Yes You Can Get Pregnant, a very general optimize your fertility book, which has helped, tens of thousands of women all over the world. And it's amazing. And I'm very proud of it. And the plan works. But then there is this subset of women that the plan doesn't work for, and those are the women with autoimmune conditions like endometriosis, like celiac disease, like Hashimoto's, and premature ovarian failure. They need a little bit more of a comprehensive autoimmune approach, And that's what Body Belief is. So Body Belief is a compilation of what I've written in Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. I still recommend reading both because this is really pregnancy focused. This is more autoimmune focused. And there's really not a lot of talk about pregnancy. There's talk about miscarriages in here. But this plan is what works really well for this type of client. And so I wasn't, she was being told it's poor egg quality, your age, your numbers. That's why this isn't happening. Donor egg is the only option for you. And I was really concerned if she went to donor egg, that she'd probably just have another miscarriage. So like, we got to get to the root of why she's miscarrying, right? We got to get to that root. And sure, maybe there is some egg quality issues. Like there was one that was tested in those 3 losses that was chromosomally abnormal. And so anyway, so we're looking into that. And then at one point too, we do wind up getting to an IVF where she gets a normal embryo. So anyway, we'll get to that. So our first call, she told me she was positive she could get and stay pregnant, but what she really wanted help with was her mindset. She was angry. She said, I know has to be some good eggs in my ovaries. I'm just angry we can't find them. And I understood that. I really did. We really got into every single aspect of her health, right? I went through with you what her red flag symptoms were. So I really dived deep as my detective work facilitates that, into every single health parameter, because that gives me a really good picture of what's going on in the body and why there are these issues. And I wanted her to get more blood work, especially a complete clotting factor panel, also known as a miscarriage panel, and MTHFR testing. No one had tested her yet for these things, which I find appalling, to be honest. When we first talked, she was eager to start another IVF cycle, right? So she'd been in the mix, 2 IVF cycles thus far canceled, so she hasn't even made it to transfer. One, she didn't make it to retrieval. And she just wants eggs out of her, so she wants to be able to test them, right? She was not trusting her doctor. She's fighting with her husband. She's pissed off. I urged her to wait on that 3rd cycle, give her more time to get into a better mindset. As she said to me when we spoke for the 2nd time, she said, I'm doing all the things, meaning the diet and the supplement, but my mindset sucks. So we spent most of our time rewiring some of her core beliefs. Everyone else gets pregnant. It sucks. I have no support. No one understands what I'm going through. I feel so alone. It was an honor to hold space for her. It really was. It was such an honor. And we dived deep into those root beliefs. We really worked on unpacking her emotions and what I saw from a Chinese medicine perspective is what I talk a lot about in Body Belief is this hostility in her body. And the hostility can be environmental. It can be from the foods you're choosing. And like there were things in her diet, like the non-organic dairy and the artificial sweeteners and processed grains and things like that I quickly removed. And I put her on a Body Belief style diet, which is you should read it and see, but basically autoimmune paleo with some tweaks, some Chinese medicine tweaks, some gut healing tweaks. And so we put her on that. And then, but we were really working on too, this emotional hostility, right? So there can be this environmental hostility from the foods you eat, the bath and beauty products you use that can really create a lot of stress and activation in the body that can make the body hostile to a pregnancy. But then think about the pent up emotions in there too, where there's just a lot of what I call emotional inflammation. So there's physical inflammation, which we're managing. I got her on the plan. We're doing all those things. And then we got to really unpack the emotional inflammation. So she pushes through. She really wants to go into this IVF cycle. So she does an IVF cycle in like about a month after we're working together. And it received the same results. Nothing was retrieved. So she had 3 IVF cycles now that have all been canceled. Can't even get any eggs. And she said, vacillating. She sends me an email. I'm vacillating between moments of, okay, so not now, but will happen later. And the rest of the time, which is a whole sludge of negative tangled thinking. I'm angry. I burned through an insurance cycle and I'm feeling numb. I know I will get back on track. You are a light in the darkness, is what she wrote. So we had done 2 sessions at that point. So then we get into our 3rd session and we work on like fearlessness. Where is she fearless in her life? How could she tap into ease, fearlessness, certainty? And she got to this place where she was able to say, I'm ready and willing to believe in my body again. It can get and stay pregnant. She started feeling more like herself. She's loving the Facebook group. She feels really supported in the group that comes with the e-course. I do weekly live Q&As in that group. So every week, I was just there for an hour, right before I came to you guys. Every week I'm in there and I support these girls and I answer all their questions, and then they support each other. It's just gorgeous. So she's really feeling supported. She's coming back to herself. She saw the hematologist. She's getting a bunch of tests. And she was already starting, she's already thinking about starting another cycle in just a few weeks. So I'm like, okay, so, I'm pushing her to get more answers. So before she goes to do another cycle or decides to try naturally, she was trying to figure out what to do. I urged her to get more expensive blood work. As the clotting factors came back positive, she had 2 copies of the MTHFR mutation, and what I suspected was an underlying autoimmune condition. And the last thing I wanted her to do was to do a consult with Dr. Braverman, who is no longer alive now, but he still has his practice up and running, and Dr. Andrea Vidali runs it. It's preventmiscarriage.com. Brilliant reproductive immunologist. There's a lot of good ones out there wherever you are in the nation. Instagram or Facebook, you guys can just private message us, tell us where you are, and we can get you to the right people. There's a great book to read, which I'd also recommend it to her. It's called Is Your Body Baby Friendly? Talks a lot about the autoimmune response that's going on with fertility. But we also found other things. So we found inflammation, we found antiphospholipid syndrome, low vitamin D, and a few other autoimmune markers. So I put her, like I said, on my fertility purifying eating plan, which is basically based off of my book Body Belief. If you're in the e-course, you actually get this like 60-page PDF with like shopping lists and menus and meal plans, and we really make it easy for you to follow. And whenever we do our fertility reset program, it's a 30-day mind body reset program, that's basically the plan we follow. So I put her on that plan. And then now she's in because she's got this blood work. She's got this proof. She's now got a doctor saying to her, it's not your egg quality. It's the level of inflammation in your body. Like, you can shift this. And so I say that to all you guys, whether or not you've had miscarriages, it's often not poor egg quality. It's often inflammation in your body, which is compromising the egg quality. So the eggs that are in your body are not just created good or bad. They mature in your environment. So if your environment is very inflamed, very hostile, it's going to affect the cells in those oocytes, in those eggs. That's going to affect whether or not they create healthy embryos, right? So you have to get a handle on the inflammation in your body. You've got to improve the function of every single cell in your body. The diet and the supplements will do that. And the mindset work is huge. So we just really, really, really massaged and unpacked that. So basically she follows the eating plan. She dives into it, I think November. Late November is when she really fully commits finally. Like, I've given her all the information. She now has this blood work to really support it. So she's in. She's like, I'm going to do this. So November, like half of November, December, January, she does it. In February and March of 2018, she does 2 more retrievals. And she finally gets eggs, and she's finally able to freeze them. And they decide not to test them, but rather now they have some eggs on ice, and they're going to start trying to conceive again naturally. This is what she's decided. She's now 42. She's now 42, and coming up on 43. Right? Yeah, she's coming up on 42 actually. So. Right before she turns 42, for the first time, so 3 IVFs that are canceled because they can't even retrieve anything. Now, retrieval 2 and 3, and same doctor, didn't change meds that much, so it was completely what she did. It was completely lifestyle and diet. She's able to get eggs, and she freezes them. They make it to blast. They're beautiful. They're able to be frozen. We do not test them. So over the next few months, she undergoes a really big shift, really surrenders to the process, decides to take a trip, like travels, has fun. She's really enjoying all her things. August, she messages me. She says, I have some pretty embryos on ice. We'll transfer them by the end of the year if we're not pregnant naturally. Like, she's like in this new place. She's just feeling good because she's feeling empowered. She finally got her power back. I feel no pressure to getting on this side of the transfer, to getting done the transfer done. I've also made journaling and meditation a daily habit. We're coming up on 10 months now of a clean, fertility, purified lifestyle. Thanks, Teach. That's what she says. 2 months later, I get a message. I don't mean to disturb you on the weekend, so I was going to reach out tomorrow, but guess what? I'm pregnant. I aim to be one of your success stories, so you can count me in on that for the future. I'm right now at 4 weeks. I just found out on Saturday. And I'm trying to manage my nerves and maintain inner peace. You know my history, but I guess I will just make it an even better story. And I'm very, very excited to just focus on that. My first beta on Saturday was 500, second today, 1300. I'm doing the immune protocol, which is pretty intense. So she's working with Dr. Braverman as well. He's got her on a protocol. She's been doing my protocol. Just so you know, you're one of the first people I thought of right after I thanked God and the universe. You were the first person to start me off on the right path with catching the MTHFR, overhauling my diet, the right supplements, referring me to Braverman, helping me beat a possible autoimmune issue. And last but opposite of least, helped me start off on a mindset shift. I did a lot of work on my own following our coaching, and you gave me the tools to do it. Recently, your stories of hope have re-inspired me. Anyways, I am forever grateful to you. And yeah, she went on to have a healthy and beautiful baby boy from that. And so she still has these embryos on ice. Isn't that beautiful? So there you have it, another beautiful story of hope. So now I'm going to tell you about what you can do, that free course, aimeeraupp.com/egg course, EGGCOURSE. Sign up now. It starts on Sunday. 5 days, 5 jam-packed videos, a 35-page PDF, a live Q&A with me at the end of it. 7 ways to improve the quality of your eggs, okay? aimeeraupp.com/egg course. Go there now, sign up. If we get a ton of people, guess what? The Q&A is going to have to be limited because, well, I'm going to take all my time and answer all of you guys, but just telling you, you should get in there early, watch the videos in real time so you could submit your questions right away, okay? Because that live Q&A with me is a super, super valuable addition to this free course. And let's see, does anybody have any questions about this story? Everybody's just saying so inspiring. Grab the free egg course, so inspiring, goosebumps, incredible, amazing info. You guys are so sweet. I love it. We'll be 100% taking the egg course. Yes, go sign up for that egg course, aimeeraupp.com/egg course. Again, it's free. It's 7 ways to improve the quality of your eggs. It's a 5-day video, 5 videos, sorry, with a live Q&A at the end from me and a free 35-page PDF to help you implement all the things I'm teaching in this course. So go check it out. And why don't you turn your shit around and become a success story of mine? Let's do it. Let's do it. And again, 41 and a half being told, poor egg quality, it's all your eggs, you're too old, it sucks, you're done for. 43, she's like, yeah, hey, pregnant, naturally, here we go. Let's do it, guys. All right, love you guys, have a great day. You want more information from me, how you can work with me, all those things, how you can get support from me or my team. I have an awesome fertility associate coach who's on my team now too, Michelle, who's seeing clients. aimeeraupp.com. Check out my book, Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. Sign up for the free egg course because it's awesome, and I think will really support you on this path. aimeeraupp.com/egg course. And I'll see you guys next week with another story of hope, okay? Have a beautiful day. Bye.